So yes, you were saying that you were onto this, you know? Yes. You were saying you were
Yeah, I
onto
was saying
getting the visas and the stuff for these gentlemen for
for Froggy at the time.
for Froggy at the time.
Right, because I didn't say anything to Lloyd that we were putting in Froggy papers at the time. So when I came to Jamaica, that was when Lloyd knew about it. So Froggy would complain to me from time to time. I'm not going to say I remember 100% what he would complain about,
Right.
but
That's fine. That's fine. We don't need to know.
as long as he was still there.
Okay.
So I don't think it was nothing too detrimental.
Okay.
When I came, Froggy came and we look about our papers. Froggy and I started to travel from the first dance to up to the last time he and I play. I don't think we have ever had a problem. I think right now, I can probably walk around a sound right now and Froggy take up the mic and talk and me and him can play and we play comfortable and play for whatever time. Just as maybe TC, Dexter, or probably anybody else from Pieces. Even Striker, I think right now me and him could have got play one dance and play because it's not like I'm not going to be the one to say Striker has never had anything where it concerns Pieces. I wouldn't say that because for somebody to be in a camp that I am in and we all approve of each other. We have had selectors that come and leave and had to leave because he wasn't keeping up to the standard that we want. So for me to say he didn't do anything, I think I would be unfair.
And you both have not said that Striker or Froggy did not have, and they were up to par with Pieces. You accepted them, correct?
Of course, yeah, man.
Right. So my thing is that I see a sound that is successful. Like Pieces was a successful sound. So I'm lost at the fact that one incident of $500 could change all of that. I'm not saying that you're correct or Striker's correct. Two, somebody's not telling the truth here. Somebody's wrong. Because
you can ask Froggy for the third opinion.
I must. I guess I got it. Because I mean, listen, honestly, I know Striker from a selector's point of view. I don't know outside of that. Right? So I have nothing negative to say about the gentleman. The man is, to me, is a great selector. I've seen him before. But what I'm hearing from his side and what I'm hearing from your side is just not connecting for a sound that, to me, was so dominant. A sound that was so uplifting for a whole community. The whole of Mabe was all Pieces.
Hello, West, yeah. But it is what it is. I mean, it has passed. There's nothing we can do. He has his opinion, and I told you what happened. So
right. So listen, was that the breaking point of Pieces?
No, it wasn't. I carried on until 2008. You know.
Okay.
But what happened in sound system world was that at the time, disc jockeys all wanted to do their own thing. You'd call them a pouch man. They don't have a system, but they would get a pouch with CDs until a laptop came in. And what happened to me, I stopped sound system at the top in 2008. It's that in Jamaica, the amount of red tape that you face to keep a show is not like back in the day when I'm doing 6-7 nights a week for years. Now, to put on a party, you have to get a permit from the parish council. You have to get a permit from the police. You have to face these two copyright groups, Jams and Jacob, who, to me, well, I won't state how I feel about them.
Okay.
It's like you're importing a car, the amount of red tape, and the police can still come and lock off your system at 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock before anybody's there.
Okay.
So I did 20 odd years of it at the top, and I said I can't go anymore, you know.
Okay.
So that was it.
So
not to take away from anything.
Yes.
When when Striker and Froggy started traveling. Froggy, because you would have, I come around the sound and I brought on Froggy. Froggy brought on TC. When TC and when Froggy and Striker left, TC and I now had this bond that even when Froggy and Striker came back before they left for Mad Squad, was even difficult for them to keep up with what we were doing. Because you know, you're here, you know the people, you know what's going on more. So Froggy and Striker created that bond when I was away. When they went away, TC and I created that bond that Pieces was still in top form. When they left and went for Mad Squad, TC and I started traveling. When the first work permit, as Lloyd tell you that all of us went on the same petition, they come on Pieces. TC and I got a visa the same time they got one. So TC and I went on to place, I don't know where Striker getting in him head, that I never fly from him leave the sound. From him start fly, he never go back to America. And not only that 1 year permit we have finished, TC and I went on to did a next work permit. Whatever went on, TC and us started having a little slipping up, and we were having a little slipping when Mad Squad started, because I think at a point he wanted to go on Mad Squad also. Froggy brought him along, and he probably was more comfortable with Froggy, being around Froggy. Them know each other from the same neighborhood, probably more closer to him. He wanted to go along. Anyhow, he stayed. He and I created a lot of history. A lot of history. From the Flanker Fridays, the first set of dance keeping till how much o'clock a day was TC and I. TC end up left. Dexter Pepper. Dexter came along. We named him Dexter Pepper. And he and I, even, I would say, the history that Dexter and I create would be very close to what Froggy and I did. Because...
Not with clashing.
Not no clash. Just juggling. Even Froggy and I, we have clashed a few sounds. We have clashed many sounds. Because when I look back in my diary, I didn't even realize that I play against so much sounds. Because some of them I don't even remember some of them. And Dexter and I did so well. Because the thing with me as a selector, a lot of times I think to myself, the art of being a selector is to read your audience and know what they want. Striker and Froggy will be there playing, and I can walk out in the crowd and stand up out the field, maybe at 20 minutes, and hold a conversation with a friend, and I can go back around the sound and I know where to change the dance from where it's at to where it's supposed to be. You might be playing sometimes, you might not catch the vibes of what the people are tired of or what they want. No. So, most times I would be mixing, I would be telling Froggy, instead of telling him what I'm going to play, I would give him a speech. So when I give him a speech and he say what I tell him to say, get a forward, then he adds on top of it. Same thing with Dexter Pepper. Because most people that I play with, I am the person that always telling you what to say. And then if you want to add to it, it's all good. Because it only can make it better. Because if I give you the first speech and you get a forward, and you can say our next speech is another forward that.
Do you feel the sound would have still been relevant to today on top of things that if all the selectors and everybody had stuck around or stuck together, do you think it'd still be the dominant sound that it was?
Difficult to say because times have changed.
A lot of times has changed. What I could told you, a lot of probably younger guys would want to join with us, so probably we would still be. A lot of younger guys probably would go to other sounds, so we'd have more competition. A lot of younger guys would be on their own. To me, if you ask me, when Striker and Froggy left the sound, it was what was going on at the time. Mataran left King of These. Links left Bodyguard. Lenny them leave BSRDC. So it was the thing that was going on.
Right.
Okay.
And if
so it was more of that to me than even any bad vibes with me and anyone or Lloyd and anyone. That is my thought on it.
And I agree with that. What I can say is that Corey, from he started playing pieces, he never left to play any other sound system. And in my view of the sound system era, that pieces was dominant. We clashed with every big sound. We beat all of them. This was before World Clash.
We beat them.
We beat them. They beat us. But as I say, even Usain Bolt has lost races. I'm not saying I was the greatest Clash sound, but I will say that we're the greatest juggling sound. I am, because not every time you play with a system, it's a clash. You have longside dance or juggling dances. I can't remember any system out juggling us. Coming from an uptown background and our playing style, we were a dominant juggling sound and very competitive clash sound. There was a time when only probably Pieces and Bodyguard and Black Cat would play Jara. Nobody else would play him. And Trooper, no, we have beaten him. He has beaten us. Besa, this is the same thing. You know, Bodyguard, all of them, Inner City, Metro. We play everybody.
So Corey stayed right till the end of when it finished, right to the end. Corey stayed.
2008 we stopped. I just stopped the sound system.
Yeah, you know, it was a. How do you feel like, you know, when they left, but the sound, according to Corey and yourself, the sound would still elevate, the sound would still go on, and it was really the outside. You know, it was really the outside of interference. It wasn't the sound itself. It wasn't them that left that stopped the sound, right?
No. It's just the whole change in Moby at the time.
The whole thing was it was just never the same.
Not the same.
It was just never the same.
Crime.
They had left.
Crime
Other people had came and left. And it's just like, at a point, I had got tired
of building somebody.
It's and like every time
we build somebody.
You work, reach up there somewhere, I say, all right, everybody go good, and we start. And then it's another problem, and then you find somebody else, and then you work, and then issues, and it just got to a point where
fed up.
I think most sound system from the 90s that you don't hear about now, I think it's probably the same thing. Because there's a lot of selectors that left here that live in Canada today. They are living in America. You have the Glamour Wayne, you have Mark Dragon, Mataran, Roadstar. You have a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of them. So I think that.
Does any of you miss it? Do you miss it? Do you miss the?
At times. It's good. Well, it's good memories.
Well, for me, at the moment, it's not a missing thing because I start my own sound system now.
See, no.
I have a sound system now that is relevantly playing out there. Most major shows, I provide system for most major shows. It's just that I'm doing it from a different perspective now than how it used to be.
Okay.
So it's no more of I have dub plates, but it's not like I'm going to wanting to have all the dub plates or thinking of having a clash or anything. For most of the corporate shows and stuff or the bigger parties, I do the system for those shows. I have been on something for the last probably 5-7 years.
Oh, okay. Let me ask Lloyd something. I'm going to ask you the same question. Lloyd, what is your most memorable dance that you could think of for pieces?
It's hard to choose from hundreds, you know.
Right.
I remember we were playing out 6, 7 nights a week. I can give you a few rather than picking out one.
Go ahead.
I had seen the interview with Matterhorn when he came to Jamaica on Addis. And that dance in Moby was a really good dance for us. We did well right down. As he said, he played a new bounty that really got the crowd moving. But in terms of overall performance, I would say it was Pieces. Every time we played Jaro was a memorable dance. Win or lose. Win or lose. We had good dances with Bodyguard, but the owner Courtney is like my best friend in the sound system world. So most of the times we didn't really clash. I remember one in Silver Cat had a dance in Maypen. Pieces, Bodyguard and Jaro. And Lynx and Trooper were cussing each other all night.
Yeah.
And we didn't get involved. We juggled out the dance. So nearly everybody left saying Pieces because the crowd didn't really want a clash as such. So we took that dance even though we didn't really clash with them. But there are so many ways that I can't really pick out one.
Okay.
Well, for me, my more memorable dance of Pieces would be the Pieces and Tika. That's the turning point in Pieces' career. That was the first year I went on Pieces. Because the year Tika and Pieces play the year before, which Tika had beaten Pieces. The year when I went on, we had beaten Tika and started taking over the whole place. Then we have the biggest rival back then was we and Rockstar, which we had won that dance, gotten the trophy in the dance. The man them from Rockstar take away the trophy from somebody that Lloyd give it to, and all kind of foolishness. Then we have a few good one with Electro Force. We have you have some little sounds outside of, you have big sounds, you have small sounds outside of Kingston, which we actually went good. You have Silver Llama sound that used to go on good at Sablamar. The same Turbophonic dance that Strike I'm talk about. When we had beaten Turbophonic, I was there. Couple months later, I gone to Washington. Striker was the big selector, as he said at the time. Why did Turbophonic beat Pieces?
No, wasn't there.
But to give him with Striker, I'm telling you, he's a determined guy. I'm telling you, I've not met much people who love music more than him. And apart from Corey, I could give Striker any amount of money to go Kingston, and don't worry. He's trustworthy like that. Him say I'm his general, and I respect him saying that. I just wasn't comfortable with some of the things, the way that he portrayed me in the interview, which I think was a bit false.
Okay.
You know, but I don't have a problem with him like that. You know.
We as Pieces, we have played with a lot of sounds. Like Lloyd said, a lot of longside dance, which we juggled better than. What I think Striker brought to us, because to be frank, if you ask most people that know Striker being a part of Pieces, probably won't even accept him. Striker, I probably could have gone to a dance and play by myself. Froggy probably would, which most people would accept him. I don't think a lot of people would accept Striker playing Pieces by himself. But what I had liked about Striker, he has this edge that he has. If we go out, he's quick to develop it. So even though we would go out and play alongside the next sound and did well, Striker would be the one to either say something or do something.
To turn it out into a war.
Turn it out into what some of the people
So
would
are you
want.
saying Striker was the instigator around the sound? Like,
Very much so.
Yeah.
You know, like a house with 10 pit bull and you have one little dog we mix, and the mixed dog is the one where set on the big dog.
okay. But
He like clashing.
But was your sound built for clashing? I know that back in the days everything was thing, but was your sound built for that?
My sound was built for juggling, for parties. But we, in its sense, pieces played at any occasion. We're at Pier 1 with the tourists. We're at the Byron Lee Soca Show. We're at a ballroom with high society people in tuxedos.
Put it this way, pieces play everywhere.
Every occasion.
From the airport departure lounge to in a church, everywhere.
Yes.
We played everywhere. There's no place that you can tell me that pieces didn't play.
No parish in Jamaica.
Even as far as Lloyd told you that he was doing some bookings for some things with Sumfest when Sumfest just started out. We were the Sunsplash Sound before Sumfest. From them international nights, from playing under the stage to
on stage.
reach on stage, you name it.
Wow.
We have played everywhere.
And you know, when I hear a lot of people these interviews, I've noticed it that I don't know if it's because Moby and everybody would have this impression that Kingston is anything from Kingston has to be the best, but we're the most, I'd say, underrated sound, and I'd put Bodyguard in it too.
I beg to differ. Reason being, I would not say we were the most underrated sound. We were a part of the Music Federation in Kingston, which for every year we were involved in it, every year Pieces was in the top 10 sound of Jamaica.
Yeah, and no other Moby sound ever was in it.
So I beg to differ where that is concerned. I don't think we were underrated, but Pieces was not a clash sound. But why Pieces was the type of sound it was and could stand up on its own ground in a clash. Pieces had every song and dubplate. I remember going to Kingston and don't know what to voice because we have every 45 and dubplate.
So somebody wants to know about the Garnet Silk and the Buju. Is that a combination that you had, or you? We have to go hear it. We don't everybody know about it. Big up Polyphamous, we're virgin. About a few years ago when Polly was on LP, we were in the sound system group. And Polly and I would do some friendly like Cabra for Cabra, Bounty for Bounty, Buju for Buju. Because LP a big song. And we were probably the only ones that could match with them. Like we say, 30 of each. Right. For each artist. And we were able to stand up with them. Polly is a good selector and he know the strength of Pieces. Yeah. Trust me. I'm trying to get an interview with him, but I don't know. Sometimes he doesn't want to answer my call or not. But it's okay. I go do it. You know, Pieces has set foundations for a lot of us. So I want to thank you, man, for taking the time to create a piece of history for us who loved sound systems. I'm born a Canadian. I'm born Canadian, right? You know, it's the mere fact that I'm sorry that I saw a great dynasty that what could have been a dynasty kind of break down a little bit. And I think with the outside elements, of course. It's life, you know. Life goes on and we have health and strength, all of us. Right. And as I say, I wish them both, you know, all the best in their endeavors, from Froggy to Striker to Corey. Everybody branch off and doing their own thing. Dexter Pepper doing his own thing. TC doing his own thing. That's the good thing about Pieces. All of us that leave, from Turbo before me, he's still doing his thing. I am doing mine. Froggy Striker doing theirs. TC doing his. Dexter Pepper doing his.
You even have touching them with black president doing them own thing just the same way. You have quite a few guys that left from around Pieces that still doing their thing.
Pieces was the godfather sound of Mobe.
The college,
without a doubt. As the matter said, Pieces most wanted.
Yeah.
6-7 nights a week for years.
You have even Turbo that was there before me. Turbo is the one that taught DJ Wayne that's on IRFM to play.
Yeah. From Pieces.
Exactly.
And I can tell you, ZJ Liquid, who was Lippo at the time, the first time he flew was on Pieces. We played in Cayman.
Yeah, try to remember the other day. Where spot we go with him now?
Cayman.
When his girlfriend dropping at the airport.
Yeah,
I can't remember where.
So it was a good legacy, and we did with time. I mean, 20 odd years on top, playing for the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
You know, we did well. I say, and we made a mark on the sound system world.
Which is the sound? I mean, Corey, you probably best answer this, but which is the sound you think gave you the hardest to juggle alongside? The hardest problem to say?
To clash.
Bass Odyssey.
The juggling?
Bass Odyssey. Reason, and most of these, because remember, you know, back then, most sound that has tune would be friends. So you find we and Bass Odyssey cool, we and Bodyguard cool. But I think the first time playing Bass Odyssey in I thought that place up a center when you turn at the Pudman and go up the hill. Stair Town. No man, I'm not Stair Town. No man, up at the local land. Circuitry
land, alright.
Yes. When I remember leaving Kingston that evening and with Vice, a few Jigsy King. And Jigsy King asked us, we will not play tonight. And we said, we are Bass Odyssey. And I said, who? I said, Bass Odyssey. And keep on asking him what it is. And he said, go on, go play, man. But I think what Bass Odyssey had then was not only a good crew as we have a good crew, because most sound system that in that era what kept for a good period of time, all they had was more of a good crew than even a good sound. They had a good crew from maintenance to boxman to everybody had a communication where everybody is together.
Okay.
And Bass Odyssey, the whole speed juggling. Bass Odyssey is the first sound I see book a turntable.
Who was that? Who was selecting that night? Who was playing the sound?
I think Glamour G was there. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember who else, but I know Glamour G was there. Glamour G and Lenny.
Okay.
I remember another dance with Lenny too. You hear him say him are the artist who play Future Trouble song. Him are the selector. No lie about that. I remember the first time hearing that song. We had played Sly Slick in Falmouth. I think it was a couple weeks before, which we had beaten them. And a promoter had linked Lloyd for we and Bass Odyssey to play. It was a little lawn, a little dirt lawn close to the alligator place. First time hearing that song, first time hearing the Cocotti and Sanchez.
Wow.
When Bass Odyssey play the Future Troubles, all I know I see the whole land and pure dust. I can't see nobody. I don't even know the song.
I can tell you this. We played that dance in Jake's lawn in Santa Cruz, Pieces and Bass Odyssey. And something went wrong. And Squingy on one turntable and Corey on one turntable. And Bass Odyssey sounding up because we're good like that. And that is one of the baddest dances. Yeah, as him play a song, Corey answer and play a song and then back and forth.
Yeah.
And in Mobile, I would say 90% of each of the artists, we were the ones that introduced them to the West. From Shabba, Bounty Killer, Ninja Man, Johnny P, Buju Banton, Sanchez. I mean, all of them. Buju was like, he's like our artist.
Yeah.
Back in the day, Buju.
Wow.
Good youth like
Yeah,
that. Him
no,
treat us good. Buju and Wayne.
Yeah.
And we had Garnet Silk. I was introduced to Garnet Silk by Tony Rebel.
Okay.
And I can't Garnet is a moody type of person, but he dealt with us good.
Okay. Wow.
That is it.
You've created a historical movement. Do you feel satisfied in what you've done in the sound business?
Most definitely. My only regret was that there was no world clash during the 10 years that we were really supreme.
Yeah.
If there was a sound clash, if there was a world clash back then, and being kept in Montego Bay, they would have to retire the trophy.
No, but I would differ from that again, because at the time, the biggest clash was there at the time would be the Sumfest, the Sunsplash,
and Sumfest,
the Sunsplash clash.
Okay.
Oh man, remember when you have Inner City, Spinach Choice,
all right.
all of them
Let me give some history. Let me give you a history. About 1988, Sunsplash decided to have a sound system clash. No, it's
before even Bodyguard.
No, listen. They had two categories. Soul, meaning that you don't use any DJ, you just juggle. Okay. You play anything you want. And then you had a rubber dub, meaning that you have to have artists. Okay. So I won the soul for Cornwall County, because they did it in counties. Cornwall, Middlesex, and Surrey. Okay. I won the Cornwall. Middlesex Spinner's Choice beat Bodyguard, and Inner City beat Stone Love. It was the biggest talk. I think it was 88. Then the rubber dub now was Electroforce from Mobay. I don't remember who from Middlesex, and Metro Media. So what had killed us in the final was that we had to put our boxes 150 feet away. And our sound was, we had the most dubs because the three judges said we are dub plate kings. Yeah. But when we talk on the mic, it takes about 2 seconds for us to hear what we said, because we weren't as powerful as the others. Okay. So they gave it Inner City. But the three judges said we were the dub plate kings. In those days, I was playing Tiger and Admiral Bailey in combination. I had everything. So that was it.
Wow. Chano.
Sorry, one more thing. Stone Love playing Silverhawk. And Silverhawk tells Stone Love, if anything you can play, we can play too. And Stone Love play the Admiral Bailey and Tiger combination. And Silverhawk couldn't play it. And I had 2 in my dub box to show you the strength of pieces.
Yo, would you ever think of doing a reunion? Like, you know, something to that magnitude?
Possible. Well, we have the sound. Corey have probably one of the best sounds in the West. And I know right now, I don't think there's a selector that I have abroad that if I said play pieces there, they wouldn't play it. Because me and them still, from Striker, go right down to Froggy, everybody. I know they would jump at the opportunity.
Right.
So after this whole virus thing, you know, when the place settle down, who knows, you know? Yeah.
Do you still have the sound system, your equipment, or you sold all that?
No. I would use Corey's, you know.
Okay.
His system, if I had a system half that good, I'd still be probably playing. Johnny. Fantastic sound. I never done like that. You see, back in the day with a lot of people who had sound systems, how do I put this, be politically correct, were exporting Jamaican goods abroad. Okay. So their strength of cash was a lot stronger than ours. What we had was playing out a lot, and we would invest back into mainly dub plates more than even sound. And we studied sound system and clashes. When we have a clash with you, we listen to all of your cassettes. And you see the dance you have before us, we would be there. And me's a man right. You see, anything that they play that I have a counteraction for, I write it down and I pull it from a juggling. And that can't play unless them play there too. A lot of people, I work with pen and book.
Yeah.
Write down the tune, them what I have counteraction for, pull it. And when we don't play it unless they play it.
What do you both think of? I know you're out of the business but you hear what's going on, you see what's going on. I know it's nothing comparison. We all know it's changed.
Right.
But do you think that any one of any sounds or selectors could have lasted in the era that you started, that you created?
Boy, it's hard to say, because if any of the new selectors could have stand up now, it stand up back in those days. Quite rough. Hard to say.
The ones I would say the ones that would last is the ones that still doing good from that era. The Firelinks, the
Panther.
Trooper, the Panther, still the ones from that era. I don't hear none of these selectors right now saying anything outside of the box. Even right now, if you ask me, the last big graduate from Pieces would be Dexter Pepper. Me think him better than most of the man them name. Enough of the man them name what they play, enough of who name I call.
And speaking of Panther, if you interview him, he'll tell you the first time when he had his birth night party in Christiana. We
started it.
Every year
we started it.
Yeah, man,
we started it. I remember we, him, and another little son from up there.
Sunflower.
And I was the one that go up there and change the sound name. That's everybody up there start calling to give them a nickname.
Well, Panther, we boy still, you know? Good youth.
Yeah.
I think what Panther have over most selector is he enjoy himself playing music. If you look at Panther face in a clash, he's one of the selector that you see playing, and no matter how him are dead, winning or dying, him a laugh.
Laugh, yeah.
Enjoy himself while doing what he's doing.
Yeah, I understand.
Yep. While the next man go and say something and somebody take it offended and trace about it all night, no Panther. Him find one funny something to say, and he get one forward and he move gone past it.
But Wiz, one more thing. You see, back in the day in Mobile,
yeah,
everybody know how Mobile is now. Mobile have quite a few garrisons. Back in the day, each area had a Dan, basically.
okay.
Or a area leader and a crew. And they would have something called carnival. That's what they would call it. So we were the sound for 90% of these areas. Every bad man, every crew, every Dan, it would be Pieces. So our links from grassroots right up to corporate Jamaica was high.
Yeah.
And the times have changed. You can't. No, there's no system now that can play 6-7 nights a week. None. Not with what's going on now. And we did it for years. You know, but as I said, it has changed. All of these laws, Noise Abatement Act from 1998, where your system should not be heard from 100 meters away, which you'd have to be playing a transistor radio. I can shout over 100 meters on a still night. So it's ridiculous. And either people, P come in, J come in, and nobody has changed it. To be honest, I've heard this government trying to implement certain things to change it, to extend the hours. But Jamaica was built on weed, built on tourism, built on reggae music. Now you can't have weekdays locking off 12 and Friday and Saturday lock off at 2. It don't make sense. It's going to kill the business.
Then you legalize the illegal substance and lock down the music.
Yeah. So weed legal now, but music.
So much has changed, man. So much has
Everything
changed. But you
changes.
know what? At least I got to talk to two elements of a section of reggae music history. And that's an honor for me as well. And same with Striker and Froggy. I know that maybe there's a little small tension. I don't know if it's big. I think it's small, and hopefully it could work out.
Between them?
Well, no, I don't want to get between them, but whoever the situation that might,
Between us?
yeah,
And me and them?
yeah.
No, man. We are Froggy good. And Striker, the only thing was, he said a few things that I didn't agree with, but me not have him up. Everything good, man. I wish him all the best.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, man. Wish him all the best.
In doing an interview, and for most of these guys that's on all these sound system, from all who leave a sound, and whether you build your own sound or you're playing another sound, to me, I think there is so much good
You can
that you can talk about,
rather than to
there
highlight
is so
the few
much
little
good.
negatives.
Because Striker, I had came on late and watched the last part of Striker interview. I had never seen the first part. And somebody sent it to me, and I started to think, and I said I couldn't come to with it when, as far as I know, me and you cool. If me not there, I me call you there, my house. Me call you, me and you good. You come where me and you there dance. With all about the place, we good. So when me hear this thing, like, it was strange to me, but it's neither here nor there. Striker, him one big man now doing him own thing. Me and my own big man, they do my own thing. Froggy, I do him own thing. Everybody, nobody don't have to call, nobody to beg them a night dinner. We're good.
All right. Simple like that, man. Listen, I appreciate you coming on my platform. I appreciate you for what you've done for the business. Thank you very much for both of you. And
Thank you for having us.
no, not a problem. And I hope one day, we meet after.
Yeah, man, when you reach after this,
Yeah, man.
after this issue has died down, you give us a call.
Yeah, man. I'd love to come, meet and see the garrisons in the area.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no problem.
And things. So I appreciate you. Thank you very much. C Note International, big up yourself. And big up everybody. Pieces. This is Pieces,
Bless.
All right, Wiz. Bless up.
Bless up, Wiz.